All right. I just have another great scriptures I want to talk about. It's almost like how these lukewarm, cold Christians like to talk and not understanding what's going on, or they're just confused. Apparently, they're so confused they don't read the Bible. And this is John 6, the words of eternal life. When many of his disciples heard it, they said, "This is the hard saying. Who can listen to it?" I mean, right there alone, if you're not ready for some hardness, then either you're going to hear it and take it into your brain and sit and think about it, or you're going to be, that's wisdom, or foolish. You're going to laugh and mock, joke, you're crazy, all these other sayings, these lukewarm, cold Christians, because they don't know. But yeah, you could say, "Oh, he's working on them." Yep, but you have to work on yourself. I didn't get here alone. I did a work myself. You have to have some prayer and ask. But Jesus, knowing in himself that his disciples were grumbling about this, said to them, "Do you take offense to this?" He asked, "Do you take offense? Then what if you were to see the Son of Man ascending to where he was before? It is the Spirit who gives life. The flesh is no help at all. The flesh is no help at all. The words that I have spoken to you are the Spirit and life. But there are some of you who do not believe. But there are some of you who do not believe. For Jesus knew from the beginning who those were who did not believe, and who it was who would betray him. He knew. He knew. And God knows. Okay? He knows everything. You can't. And he said, "This is why I told you that no one can come to me unless it is granted him by the Father." Wow. I told you that no one can come to me unless it is granted him by the Father. He knows. He knows who he picks out. After this, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. Many disciples turned back and no longer walked with him because he was hard. He was harder than any gangster. He was harder than any mobster. He was harder than any prison gang member. His words spoke so much truth and hard, and people can't handle it. And this, remember, John 6:6. After this, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. A lot of Christians are doing that. They can't handle the truth, but they still go their Sunday clubbing and go find that ear tickling church. So Christ said to the 12, "Do you want to go away as well?" Simon Peter answered him, "Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life, and we have believed and have not come to know that you are the Holy One God." Christ answered them, "Did I not choose you, the 12, and yet one of you is the devil?" He spoke of Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, for he, one of the 12, was going to betray him. He knew everything. He knew it, picked the devil to be in his brood, and still happened. It's the way it is. Even if you do have, some of you out there I know have witches in your little Christian circle and you don't even know it. You can't see it. You don't have the discernment to see the evil yet. You're so blinded by ear tickling preachers that want to tell you anything because they're afraid to offend you. They're afraid that you're going to take and you're going to turn away and walk away, not just from Christ, but for Him. But I've done that from churches too. I've turned away and walked from churches, but I didn't turn away and walk away from God. I don't understand how people don't read this. And some, I do. It says it right there. God picked the ones who are going to be able to understand. He picks the ones. He picks them. It says it right there. All right there. And a lot of these younger Christians, again, they're going to John 6:66 you, 666 you. After this, many of his disciples turned back and no longer walked with him. And that's where you get your mockery. That's where you get your laughter. That's where you get, you're stupid. You're ignorant. And they act like they're better than you. Get the log out of your eye. They're they're John 6:66 in you. Because they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear anything that's good. They don't want to grow. They don't want to do anything except hear tickling. And basically, they just want their ice cream. They want their sweet, sweet ice cream. But Christ was hard. He was hard. He's not. It's the truth. Here's the truth. The sponsor for me is Christ. I don't need some worldly junk to try to sell you. I want to pretty much sell you. I hate to use the word sell, but Christ is what I want to give you. That's it. That's it. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. If you can't handle it, leave. I don't care. Um, he didn't pick you. It's not for you. Um, but maybe it is. You just got to dig and listen, and that's it.